Winning cures everything. Now for your hosts, Gary and Chris.
Welcome in. Take two. Wednesday, September the 16th. I'm Gary.
And I'm Chris, and barely.
And this is the gambling picks segment of the show that we did earlier this afternoon. And I'll tell you, I had some issues with the internet and whatnot, and my internet was out for an hour and a half or so. So I got to call and yell at somebody at Comcast and whatnot, and now we are back. We are, rolling through, and this is not a long segment, but there are a lot of you that ask every week for our NFL picks, and we wanted to make sure that we got them out there.
Oh, we can't not have picks.
You got that right.
It's the whole purpose of the Wednesday show.
Exactly. So we got to have the picks out there. We previewed and gave out, our leans, our picks, whatever, for the big games of the week. But we wanted to give out our official picks. Each of us has 5, so we wanted to hop in there. Typhon the Greek jumps in already, says, hook 'em horns. There you go. Cheers to you, man. Hey, your team looked pretty good last week. Looked pretty good. And then Typhon the Greek said, how about them Cowboys? Hey, how about them? How about them on Sunday night? Hey, I think they will fare a little better this week, but we'll see. We shall see. So the rundown, of course, go on and give you the brief spiel. WinningCuresEverything.com is the website. You can find all of our picks, previews, podcasts, videos, social media platforms, etc. We typically go live early afternoon during Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But tonight, a little different setup. Obviously, had internet issues. Is what it is. But we are here for now for another 15 or so minutes. Going to roll through the picks. Go over to sbrpicks.com/NCAAF. Do yourself a favor. Keep up with all of our college football content over there. The Sportsbook Review YouTube page. You can search for SBR Picks on YouTube. You can find it there. Or you can just go to sbrpicks.com/NCAAF. They got a link up there for it. We have all of our college football picks. We have a Saturday morning live show at 10 a.m. Central Time where we're going to go over the closing lines. So we're going to discuss every game on the board, basically, roll through all of them, take about 30, 40 minutes, and we have a good time over there. So make sure that you are subscribed to their channel and to our channel as well, however you like to consume it. Leave us a podcast review, all that good stuff. Typhon the Greek said, love this show. Bears going 2-0. Trubisky miracles continue. That's Damien that said that. Hey, cheers to that. Dallas Stars in the Cup. Go Stars. That was from Typhon. Hey, I'm in. You guys are excited at 9 o'clock at night, 9 Central, whatever time it is in your neck of the woods. But I'm down. Hey, you keep firing in these comments, man. They jump on the show. We do appreciate it. We do appreciate you jumping in. So, Chris, we've got 5 each, correct?
Yes, sir.
I am going to go ahead and let you jump in with yours first, and then I'll dive in with mine after.
You want me to go all 5?
Let's do off and on. So you do one, I'll do one, you do one.
I think we got a couple of early ones that are the same. We'll just go ahead and tell you we are both riding the Cincinnati Bengals.
We absolutely are. Thursday night, Joey Burrow, absolutely. Yeah. Go. If you want to go ahead and give your reasoning.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would take Joseph Burrow over Baker Mayfield 1,000,000 times over. It's just not even close. We're not even playing the same game right now. With Baker, we're a year, 2.5 years in. And we've got nothing. We got nothing.
He looks worse than he did in his first season.
Yes.
So it's kind of crazy. Zamora jumps in. What do y'all think of Detroit +6? I'm going to go ahead and tell you that's my next pick. And it's not for Detroit. I like the Packers this week minus the 6. I feel like there is a matchup advantage with Aaron Rodgers and his pissed off self. And these receivers for Green Bay that just looked unbelievable against the Vikings last week, the Lions still have some issues at cornerback. You're not going to be able to just come in there with, at third string, fourth string guys and be able to stop this attack right now. I don't think. I think they are absolutely fired up. So I'm going to go Packers -6 at home in their home opener. And let's see, Adam jumps in. Watching from England, great show, guys. Hey, we appreciate that, Adam, absolutely. Cowboys Atlanta over. Yeah, I think we both kind of like that one. But my official pick is the Packers -6. What is your second official pick, Chris?
My second official pick, I'll get to that Cowboys-Falcons game.
There you go.
Listen, this Falcons defense is just trash. They're not very good at football. and it's tough because that's what they do for a living, and that's never fun. I think the Cowboys are pretty good at offense. I think they will be a lot better this week, and they looked kind of mediocre, but it's all. I'm not reading too much into week one. I think this offense is good. I think they're going to be explosive. I think playing a lesser grade defense than the Rams will help immensely. And I think they're coming home and they're going to get a win. And
I like
the number's down to 4. I know they've got some issues, but the Falcons got issues too. So I do like the over on this pick as well. It's not a gambling pick, picking 5 games, but yeah, I will probably have some money on that over as well. I don't think either one of these teams are going to stop anybody.
I think you're right. Sonola, like 1825, said, Cincy defense scares me, or Cincy's defense injuries scares him. Zamora 6090 said, was thinking. I would imagine thinking about that Cowboys over. ATL cornerbacks are terrible. Yeah, I mean, you're starting a rookie that probably should not have been drafted as early as he was, but, I mean, it is what it is. Will Gomez jumps in, WCE After Dark. Hey, yeah, when you got internet issues and you still got to get the show out, you do it whatever time you can do it. So that's what we're here for. My third pick, I'm going to Chicago, and I'm going to take the Bears -5 against the Giants. That Giants offensive line was absolutely putrid.
Pretty bad.
So terrible. And the defense, I think the Steelers could have scored more points on the Giants, and they left points on the table. I think that Chicago, the whole miracle thing, there is a thing as momentum, right? There is such a thing as momentum. I think Trubisky feels good about himself this week. I think the Giants coming in, I mean, you let that Bears defensive line get after that offensive line for the Giants, it's a problem. I mean, it's a major league problem. It's only 5 right now. It seems kind of steep. I thought this might be a field goal. I started looking into the numbers and whatnot. I feel really good about Chicago this week as a favorite.
I would like to address something that I think Jason Garrett said. Now, I'm telling you this third hand, okay? This is a podcast that I listened to that read it from someone that read an article from it. So they read an article where they think Jason Garrett said this and they repeat it on their podcast, and now I'm telling it to you. So it's like fifth hand to you. All right? Jason Garrett said he believes that any possession, he's the offensive coordinator, any possession in which they kick is a successful possession. And I thought, and I get what he's saying. He's basically saying we're not turning the ball over.
Yeah,
okay?
I get that.
Punting is not the worst thing in the world to do. If you're kicking field goals, you're trying for scores. If you're kicking extra points, then you'd already scored. I understand it. In the world in which 2020, we have seen the last 2 to 3 years offensive explosions across the NFL. I do not want my offensive coordinator thinking if we kick it, as long as we kick it, we did something right. No. I want 6. I want butts in the end zone. I want to be aggressive. I want to go down the field. I don't think Jason Garrett's ever going to do that.
I don't think he is either.
That
I don't
was
think at all.
insane to me. I would love to know that he didn't say that. I really hope he did.
Oh, wait, he had to have. I mean, that sounds exactly like that.
That's something you might think because you want to maybe try to save your job, and you think, well, as long as we win the turnover, we're not turning the football over, we're okay. And I know that he's on a team where a couple of guys are a little turnover prone. Daniel Jones, really bad fumble. And so you're trying to address that. You got to find a better way to say that, man. You can't tell the media that we're happy with kicking the football.
No, that's a very antiquated idea.
Yes,
like that's something
that is Bear Bryant saying,
yes,
3 things happen when you throw the football and 2 of them are bad, so we're not going to throw the football. We don't play football that way anymore.
Well, no, look, Gene Stallings was the coach at Alabama in the early 90s. I remember him saying that. Not the passing thing, but
the kicking thing.
Any possession that ends in a kick is a good possession.
It's a good possession. Yes, that we don't. There's a lot of things we used to do in the 90s that we don't do anymore.
Been 30 years ago. 30 years ago.
That's just not okay. The game has moved on. That was what he did when he was a quarterback. This is why I don't know that hiring former players all the time works out.
I think you got a point there.
They never stop seeing the game from how they played it.
No, you have certainly got a point there. Damian jumps in. He said, "What do y'all think is worse, being a Falcons fan or a Lion Kings fan?" I think he means a Lions fan.
I would say a Falcons fan.
Man, I'd go Lions. Like, the Falcons at least made it to the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, and they've been in the playoffs and won playoff games.
Yeah, but you know what? I just take consistency in life. Like, if you're expecting disappointment and you always get disappointed, that's fine. When you have a team where Julio Jones' entire career, he's going to see one playoff run, and that's it. Like, yeah. That's pretty disappointing. You're going to have one of the best receivers in the history of the game, and he's going to have one playoff run.
Well, and maybe one of the better receiving cores of all time. Yeah. More talented anyway.
Right. Hang on now. Right now, they've got two that are great, but we've had a lot of two that are great. So
yeah,
I would need to see three and a big-time tight end like Tony Gonzalez in his prime before I give them a receiving core that's great.
That's a valid point.
Many teams have two that are great.
Zamora 6090 says Seattle -4, Minnesota +3, Arizona -7, and Baltimore -7. He said wants to go Rams, but not sure it's a pick 'em right now is what I saw. I was leaning Rams earlier because I just don't know how you bet on the Eagles right now. But I'm official picks wise, I'm staying away.
What pick are we on? I think it's my turn, and I just rambled a lot.
Yes, it's the third pick now.
So let me tell you something. I'm not always the best at picking games, but I'm really good at predicting the future. I know that seems strange, but I told everybody what was going to happen in the Steelers game. I told everybody in the world the Steelers are going to beat the hell out of the Giants.
Yep.
And they're going to look great doing it because that Giants defense might be the worst in the league. Okay, they might be. Now, they're going to have an entire week of everybody blowing so much smoke up the Steelers' ass. And they're going to be the new cream of the crop. They are just behind the Ravens. They are going to have great odds to win the Super Bowl now. The Steelers are back. No, they're not. They're not. They beat the hell out of a weaker, lesser opponent. They're not back. While the Broncos aren't the greatest team in the world, they're not a bad football team.
Nope.
And this defense is a hell of a lot better than anything the Giants put up the other day. Okay?
I agree.
I'm taking the Broncos. Give me the Broncos +7.5. I get over the touchdown. I get the hook. That's crazy. Steelers are a good team. They're not a great team.
Yeah, I agree. I
It was
and I don't
all
think the Broncos
smoke
are
and
very
mirrors.
bad.
It was all fraud.
It's strange. It's just strange. I mean, it went from 5.5 all the way up to 7.5. I mean,
I would be one of the worst fighters in the world. You put me in front of a 9-year-old, I'll beat the hell out of him. That's what they did to the Giants. They beat up on a weaker, lesser child.
You are correct about that. All right, moving into the fourth pick. Let's see. What is it sitting at now? Let's see. Yeah. So it was earlier. When I got it, when I bet it, I had Tennessee or Jacksonville +11 at Tennessee. It is down to 9 now. And I'm still gonna roll with that. I like the Jags.
I'd still take the 9.
I like the Jags +9 here. Tennessee on a short week. They did not get back to Nashville until like 5 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday. It's an early game on Sunday. Jacksonville feeling really good about themselves. They got a home win over the Colts. I don't think this Jacksonville team is bad at all. I like Jacksonville in this spot. I'm going to take the Jags plus the 9. Let me go and write it down as the official pick. I've got 11 on my book, but yeah, I like plus the 9. That just seems like too many points. Tennessee plays down to their competition every single year. Like every game, they're either up there with the good teams or they're down with the bad teams. And I don't know what the Jags are yet, but I'll tell you this: I think it's going to be a pretty close ball game. And
I don't think the Jags are a bad team.
I'll say that. Yeah, I don't think they're awful.
They might not be a good team, but they're not a bad team.
Zamora 6090 said, "Man, I can't true Tennessee kicker after missing 10 points on Monday." Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Jesus.
What are we going to do here? Is Gostkowski going to feel good about himself coming back? Like,
surely Vrabel just shot him in the head, right? He just pushed him out the window of the plane.
They hadn't cut him yet. I mean,
that was a mistake. You gotta. It's what my papa teach us, Gary.
Which
as soon as you have a losing hand, you fold.
Oh, you fold it. Oh, I thought you were going to say she ain't the only one that's got one of them things.
Oh no. Yeah, no, that was somebody else that taught me that. No, my papa didn't teach me that stuff. He passed away when I was 12. He wouldn't teach me about them. No, that was different. No, as soon as you have a losing hand, you fold it.
Yeah.
Gostkowski's a losing hand, brother. It was great. You brought him in for a game. It didn't work out. Let's find somebody else.
Yeah, I think it's time to do that for sure. Let me run through some of these before you get into your fourth one.
Yeah.
Damian said Steelers sure know how to hit and run. So Nola like 1825 said like that Denver pick for sure. Zamora 6090. He was talking about the Tennessee kicker Typhon the Greek. It's all about the mustache. Hey, absolutely. Gardner Minshew, Mississippi mustache. What's up? Zamora said trust. He was talking about I can't trust the Tennessee kicker. That's what it was. Let's see. Minshew and Zamora 6090 said with no fans. Yep. So, pick number 4 for you, good sir.
This is just a pick I'm going to keep making. This is one of those situations where you ride a tushy bucks here, you don't ride at all. The Baltimore Ravens are going to cover every number until they don't cover one. And I don't care the opponent.
That's my last pick, by the way.
I really don't care the number. I'm just going to bet Lamar and just keep riding him until he busts a number. That's it. One day he's not going to cover. I don't think it's going to be this week.
Right quick. Okay. If I read this correctly, Clyde Edwards-Helaire had 138 yards rushing.
Correct.
Over 100 of that was after her first contact.
Yes, sir.
That's the defense that the Ravens are going up against.
100%. Yeah.
If the Chiefs had a good running night with one guy.
With one guy. They have one running back because Patrick doesn't run at all.
The Ravens got like 5 guys back there that can run the football.
No. Dobbins and Ingram and Lamar are all getting points. They're all racking up numbers. Just stack them on top of stacking them on top of stacking them in fantasy. They're all going off.
Yeah. I mean, it's insane. And the line for the Ravens right now is still sitting at 7.
It
opened at
strong
6,
at 7.
but it's at 7 pretty much across the board. There's one spot that you can still get it at the opening 6. But it's 7
anywhere.
That is at hold on, let me tell you.
Oh, I didn't hit the tab button over.
Yeah, it's Amtigen Sports or something. Go over to sbrodds.com and you can find
I'm
the
good with 7.
picks.
I'm
good
with
7 like this is easy. This is easy.
Yeah.
Matt Miller jumped in and said, I thought this was a damn replay. No, man, it cut out on us earlier. I had internet problems. We are back. We're just giving out our picks tonight. So that was my last pick, was the Ravens minus 7. Yep.
And then my next pick, until I see a number I don't like, same as the Ravens, just a completely different kind of team. I think we're playing good football in the DMV. Okay. Baltimore is looking good, and the Washington football team is a really good football team. Haskins scares me. I understand. Haskins is a little bit of a worry. But, man, I think that guy, the leadership that he showed on Sunday, blew me away. I trust Ron Rivera, and I trust Jack Del Rio. That defense is loaded with talent. They are going to hit every quarterback they see from now until the end of time. Kyler better be wearing his big boy britches.
Yes, I agree with that 100%.
He is going to get hit.
Yes. And I understand he played against the 49ers last week. I get that.
No.
But it's
Chase Young is a different kind of freak, man.
Yes, he is. Yes,
Chase Young is going to catch his little ass, and he is going to hit him.
I agree with you. I agree. Now, I'm guessing you're going to take it at the 7.
Yes.
And
yes.
if anybody,
I'm taking the points.
If anybody wants to get it, you better go and get it right now, because it is 6.5 at pretty much everywhere other than 3 different books. Bovada has got 7.
Bovada's one of the biggest books around.
And Pinnacle has 7. So, but yeah, a bunch of the other ones are down to 6.5 now. People are liking. They like your Washington team. Let's hit some of these comments on the way out. Will Gomez said you got to play the 10. You got to play the deuce. Let's see. I thought this was a damn replay. Yeah, we talked about that. Do you like Carolina plus 10 versus Brady? I am staying away from that one because I think that Tom and the boys are going to be mad. And look, that Carolina defense, as much as I love Matt Rule and as much as I love Joe Brady and all that,
I do.
It is going to take a little bit of time because that defense is so young. They are. I mean, it's going to take a long time for that defense to figure things out.
They're about to go up against a real defensive coordinator. Okay. Yes. They're about to go up against a much improved defense than what they saw against the Raiders. And I think this offense looks way better. I think that Saints defense is a top 3 defense in the country.
Yeah.
That they just went up against. That's going to be the hardest game they play all year.
Yeah, I think you're right. Zamora 60-90. Detroit always plays the Packers close, but they do have injuries. That's the whole reason why I like that matchup. I like the -6 for the Packers because the cornerback issue is such a big deal right now for them. I mean, you saw Chicago absolutely lit them up. I mean, what is Aaron Rodgers going to do? If Mitch Trubisky could hit him, I mean, good gracious. Ty from the Greek, gotta love Riverboat Ron. That was my upset special. Winner chicken dinner. Hey, that was Chris's as well. He won a bunch of money.
It just I had it tied to so many other plays because I believed it. I really thought it was gonna happen. Some of that is loving this Washington team and loving Ron and what they're doing there. And some of it's just complete disrespect for the Eagles. And I think it paid off.
Yeah, it absolutely did. Will Gomez said, is Washington good or are the Eagles just old and hurt? Miles Sanders not expected to play.
I think there's a little bit of truth to both of those.
Yeah.
But I think Washington's good enough to keep it within 7 from most teams that aren't elite. Man, this Arizona team is a good football team. They are young and they are exciting. I don't know that we put them in the category of they're just going to beat everybody by a touchdown from here on out.
I think there's just a lot of hype, especially after a win over San Francisco. Like this feels like a field goal kind of game to me.
We're going to come back to earth, and this game's going to come down to the last possession.
Andres Morales said Minnesota +3 is a gift.
That game scares the hell out of me.
Yeah, I'm not betting that one. I'm a little bit terrified of that. So, I could see.
I would take if you made me gun to my head. I got to pick one. I'm taking Minnesota.
Oh, I'm absolutely.
And we talked about that in the first show. I have to pick Minnesota. I would pick Mike Zimmerman. I don't like that game at all.
Matt Miller said Sherman just went on IR and Kittle isn't going to practice this week. Yeah, 49ers. I don't like the fact that they are more than a touchdown favorite at this point.
I'm not worried about Sherman, by the way. That defense is fine without him, and they're playing the Jets. The defense is going to be just fine. Kittle has got to be a problem. We got to get him back on the field.
So Nola like 1825 said you like Jets +7. Nope. I'm not touching the game because I think the Jets are terrible. But I
wouldn't lay one Yankee nickel on the Jets.
I wouldn't touch the game.
I don't care the number.
I'm not touching the game at all.
You trust Adam Gase with your money. Good luck to you.
Cheers to that. Damien said
I won't do it.
Damien said Tampa's finishing the season 8-8. Zamora 6090 said yeah, but it's Rivers though. I understand it's Rivers, but Rivers still has good games from time to time. Like that's the thing, and they're coming back.
I think Frank Wright's going to figure Rivers out. I just believe that he's a good enough coach. It just scares me. I'm staying away. I like both these coaches, and I kind of like both these teams, and I don't like either one of the quarterbacks. And I'm going to just sit pat for a minute and watch.
Will Gomez said Bell might be out. The hamstring is a real issue. Yeah.
Bell is out. I think Bell is already on the IR.
But I don't think it changes anything. I mean, he didn't play much last year.
It doesn't change anything. Adam Gase hates Bell anyway.
Yeah,
so
it is what it is. We have Zamora said I was a Bolts fan. He's a little salty over Phillip Rivers. I understand that. Cheers to you. I understand.
It happens.
We have got a massive number of people watching right now. We may have to look into doing some nighttime shows.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, this is insane.
Hey, nighttime shows actually are better for me than trying to get home when I'm running from jobs and I'm sweating like a champ.
It makes it, and maybe it's easier for people to watch when it gets, about 9 o'clock or so. So maybe we'll look into this. I don't know. We'll figure this out though. We'll see what's going on.
Thank everybody. Thank y'all for all jumping in. This has been fun. I hate that we had to do it, but I'm glad we did it then.
Oh yeah, I'm glad we tried this out. I mean, this is fun. Last comment before we head out. Andres Morales said Pittsburgh defense is nasty and impressive. I like them -7.5 against the banged up Broncos. I think they bring the pressure to Drew Lock really heavy. I like the Broncos in this spot because I think people are overvaluing what the Steelers did in game 1. I do like the Steelers a lot.
Overvaluing. But that's right. The Steelers could be a good football team. 7.5 is just too big of a number. I think the original number of 4.5 was a good number.
Yeah.
I think that was a good number, and everybody lost their damn mind because they saw them beat up on a weaker kid.
This is true. This is 100%
and so they
true.
think all of a sudden they're the greatest team on earth. No, they're not. Ben Roethlisberger's not going to look that good. This offense won't look nearly as good this week as it did last.
Yes.
Defense might be fine. That's okay. But
you are correct.
17-10, don't win it for you.
That's you're right. You're right. And I think that's, if I had to bet on a score, I would.
Yeah, we both agree we're taking unders, right?
Oh, yes. Absolutely taking the under on that one. Good gracious. All right. You guys are fantastic for jumping in. Typhon the Greek said, thanks for doing it. Nighttime show is much better. Good luck, y'all. We appreciate that. Yeah, this has not been bad. It's all trial and error, man. We're just trying to figure out what you guys like and what.
Well, this was just a happy accident because we ran out of internet.
Hey, you got that right. You got the damn Comcast. But
I feel like such an old man. We ran out of the internet. The internet went out.
Hey, so Nola, one last one. He said Pats +4. You give Bill Belichick a head start.
Yeah. Oh, no. Anytime Bill, I don't know how many times in the 20 years that Bill Belichick has had a head start in a point spread, but it ain't many. I bet he's covered most of them. I'm not late. I'm taking all those points.
Yeah. I could see it being a field goal game one way or the other. And I bet
not
that's where the
laying
line
points to Bill.
Yeah. I bet that's where, that's where it ends. I bet it's going to be at the 3-point line. Damien said, damn you, McDonald's Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's pretty much what Comcast is. I swear to God. All right. You guys have been fantastic. Thank you so much for jumping in. If you would, do us a favor, like the video, share the show out, tell your friends about it, whatever your social media feed is. We've got people on Periscope, on YouTube, on Facebook, etc. tonight. So share out the show. Tell everybody you know about it. We would definitely appreciate that. Subscribe to the podcast, of course. Leave a nice 5-star review over on Apple, all those good things. And make sure you check out all of our college football content over at sbrpicks.com/NCAAF. Chris, anything else we need to hit?
No, I think that's it, brother.
This has been wonderful. We appreciate you guys so much. And with that said, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We'll see you all on Friday. Thanks for checking out Winning Cures Everything. If you want to keep up with us, hit subscribe on YouTube or your favorite podcast app. Visit the website at winningcureseverything.com, or you can like us on Facebook or follow us at Winning Cures, at Gary WCE, or at Chris B. Giannini on Twitter. Share out the show, leave a nice